which in English can be translated into sheep. And it was found close to the village, and with people's help, it was rescued. It was taken into the village, and the local villagers have strong sense of protection. So the villagers called the local police, and when our staff received the call, they have formulated a very detailed plan of rescue with certain materials. And then they discovered that this baby elephant was having some infections. And according to the doctor, if the rescue came 2 days later, then it's going to be too late. So today marks its 4th birthday. Now let's move there. At 4 o'clock sharp, the birthday party will begin. The rescue center has a very stringent sterilization process. The disinfection is to avoid any infection channels to the elephant, for example, tuberculosis. Shall we close the door? It's a little dark inside, but that's okay. We prepared a computer, and since Yang Niu has been living in the rescue center for 4 years, so there will be a lot of materials and documents about how the baby elephant recovered. This is the old video. You must be very familiar because it has been reported. Interestingly, the baby elephant slided down from the top of the mountain into the foothill, and that's very cute. I lately knew that a lot of elephants would love to slide from the mountains. Elephants are very clever. Even without training, when they go to the steep mountains, to guarantee that they could get down off the hill safely, they would choose to put themselves down to the mountains and slide down. And also, the elephants have thick skin. And also in this area, the soil is very soft, so the baby elephants would find it quite easy to get down by sliding. As to the history of its name, Yang Niu, that's because she was rescued in the Year of Sheep in 2015. She's a baby girl, and she drinks the sheep milk after being rescued. Volunteers prepared sheep milk for Yang Niu, but after she recovered, that amount was not enough. So we started to prepare the sheep milk formula. For one day, she can drink about 48,000 ml. That's almost 48 kilograms of sheep milk. But why not feeding her the elephant milk? Because we don't have the female elephant who can breastfeed baby elephant right now. And even if we have, it's not enough for the baby. So that's why it feeds on the sheep milk. And that's why we call her Yang Niu. Her father is playing with her. That video was taken by this father, actually, when she was firstly rescued from the mountain. Yes, of course, this job requires patience. He must be able to endure loneliness to work here. But sadly, now we don't have elephant mother right now. It's really a tough job. Every day, the elephant's father will take the elephant uphill for the wildlife training, and they will stay there for 8 to 10 hours. They have to climb so many mountains, so that's very energy consuming. Usually the elephants live in the tropical forest areas. It's very hot with a lot of mosquitoes and beasts. I guess this movement is quite commonplace for elephants. Yes, it's called the sanded mud bath for elephants. In the hot season, they will swing those sand onto the skin. That can actually help clean themselves and cool themselves down. How much time do we have before the party? It's about time, so let's move over there. In 2 minutes' time, the party will begin. We have prepared the birthday parties before for Yang Niu, but this year it's much more serious. We have hired a lot of volunteers who have heard about the story of Yang Niu. They hope to attract more attention to protecting elephants so that Yang Niu could live happily and safely. So we have just gone past the living space of Yang Niu. Yes. Now let's look ahead. A lot of people are already gathering there. From the camera, we can see these are the homes for the other rescued elephants. In the early morning, the staff have collected food for the elephants, and now those elephants are out there for the wildlife training. Is this the grown elephant? Yes, we have grown elephants. But mainly today, there are a lot of baby elephants accompanying Yang Niu for the birthday party. What's the name of the youngest baby elephant? It's called Iwa. It's only 7 months old. It's born in December 2018, and for now, there is a historical record for that one. It took the baby elephant only 5 minutes to stand up after being born. This way, please. Excuse me? So that's the birthday cake. Our volunteers made this cake for Yang Niu. In the distance, there is one elephant wearing the wreath, so that's going to be our star. When it was firstly found, it was very small and weak. It cannot even walk inside the rescue center by itself, so our fathers took it in. And the elephant father accompanied Yang Niu 24 hours per day. They even sleep together. Yang Niu is walking towards us. Now I see 3 fathers. So the one walking in the front must be the first father for Yang Niu. Yes, all of those fathers view Yang Niu as their own child, and Yang Niu is very smart. It's very ceremonious. I heard that Yang Niu is much more naughtier than the other baby elephants. Why? She likes to make troubles. For one day, she may break like 5 to 6 water faucets. And the fathers would not blame Yang Niu when it was rescued. It's only 76 kilograms in weight, but now that number is 960 kilograms. I received a question about where is this place. We are now in Xishuangbanna. This is an Asian elephant breeding center, and this center is mainly responsible for rescuing and breeding elephants. The volunteers are singing birthday song. Now let's join them.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
就差项羽的生日歌了啊，中英文都上了。
是的。
好
，So birthday songs in Chinese and English. Yang Niu's friends are walking towards us. A whole team celebrating her birthday. In the beginning, Yang Niu fed on sheep milk, and she was not accepted by those elephant friends because she smells like sheep. But then our fathers thought a lot of methods to help her get along. This smallest one is very cute. That's Yiwa. And they started rushing in for the food. Elephants are really a big animal who loves food. Yang Niu is quite timid. She has a sense of being the star today. Very cute. And they have a lot of choices: cucumber, tomato, dragon fruits, watermelon, carrots, apples. We cannot see clearly, but actually Yang Niu is feeding as well. Yang Niu loves bananas. The small one next to her, Yiwa, is eating well. So standing to the left of Yang Niu, Yiwa is having a good appetite. What about the right one? With the access to us, that's Jixiang. Those two are 2 years old. Which one is the oldest among those elephants? Let's look to the left. Qiang is the oldest one. It's 5 years old. And it's actually only 8 months older than Yang Niu. It was born in July 2015, the same year when Yang Niu was born, and it's a very strong baby elephant. It was an orphan. Let's stop a moment. Now the elephant father is introducing the story of the elephant. That's Jixiang and Yishuang. They're about the same size. It's very difficult to tell one from another. But this one, its hair is a little bit yellow. But this one is different. That's its mother. Was rescued in 2005. And she learns to take care of the baby elephants. Ewa broke a historical record. Now let's leave the time to those elephants. Just now, we heard a brief introduction about the 6 elephants. In our center, we not only save those elephants, we also have the breeding studies of Asian elephants. Now we have bred about 6 baby elephants now in the center. Our viewer asked, with so many food, is banana the elephant's favorite? Every elephant varies. Yang Niu loves bananas. Bananas are sweet and soft, so Yang Niu don't have to take a lot of chewing time. But Qiang, the other one, loves carrots. So every elephant has their own favorite. With carrots there, Qiang would certainly choose carrots and then save bananas for another time, maybe after finishing all carrots. So every elephant is different. It's very interesting. We see a lot of food lying on the ground. We also see the corn. They have very sharp nose. Indeed, on both sides, there are the cartoon images of Yang Niu. Our volunteers make it. It's a puzzle. And in the future, we will make a cartoon animation starring Yang Niu. Yang Niu is like a spokesperson of your center. It highlights the awareness of protection. And as you introduced, the mother is very smart. The mother of Yang Niu cannot take care of her, so she sent Yang Niu to the village, allowing Yang Niu to be saved. And we didn't fail her. We thought a lot of methods to save her, like feeding her on sheep milk. Now she grows healthily to 4 years old. It's really a miracle, even in the world. Let's move here, because those elephants will have to keep walking. Can we move closer? This is a very good angle. We can see the cake. Yang Niu is choosing bananas from the lot. Yang Niu loves bananas. When there is bananas, then it will firstly choose bananas and then carrots, cucumber. So different favorite food for different elephants. The doctors and the elephant fathers will prepare the nutritious meals for the elephants. In addition to cucumber, corn, bananas, and carrots, we could see the other choices. For example, the elephant grasses and the Chinese bananas. Speaking of the Chinese bananas and the grasses, I'm actually wondering what is the difference between the usual bananas and Chinese bananas. They taste quite similar, very sweet. bananas grown with the pesticides are not favored by the elephants. So what we are seeing are usually those organic bananas without pesticides. Yes, we guarantee that all food taken by those elephants are very healthy. Even the grasses, we sign contracts with local farmers. After planting those grasses, they will carry them here in the center every day. After all, elephants eat a lot. How many? With the doctor's observation, there are certain figures. Of course, the amount may differ in different elephants, but usually the elephants can eat 6% to 10% of their body weight. For example, Qiang. Now it can eat 100 kilograms and it's only 5 years old. And the usual weight of elephants is around 260 kilograms. But elephants have poor digestive system. And let's take a look at the feces, the droppings of elephants. And from this we can see most of them are crude fibers not digested by the stomach. It's very rough, so the elephants cannot chew them to the full. The feces are collected together by the fathers, and then after fermentation they will be taken back by those farmers as fertilizers. And also it can be used for paper making. They can be turned into about 60 pieces of paper. For example, if one elephant can have 100 kilograms of feces per day, then that's about 6,000 pieces of paper. That's very useful. We have even heard about using the feces and droppings of cats to make coffee. Every elephant living here has their own stories. We hope they can live happily ever after. We built this center to study the breeding of Asian elephants and identify the number of Asian elephants in China. We heard a lot of questions about the smell of the feces. That's really a challenge for me. It's already dry. No smell, actually. I guess this one has been here for several days. The fresh feces has no smell at all because it's mainly grasses. But after contacting the oxygen in the air, there will be some smell, but don't worry about it. Usually, even there are some smells from the droppings of elephants, it smells like the herbs. So our viewers can only see the pictures. As to the smell, maybe you can come yourself for the experience. According to the elephant father, Qiang has gone to the wild. Now, the one standing in the utmost left is Qiang. And you could see Qiang has the ivory. but the other one has been broken. That's broken while Qiang was playing in the wild.
哈密瓜之前也准备啦，香瓜也准备啦。
好多网友看到这样温馨的场面啊，都想问问这样的这个救助中心是所有的。
We prepared a lot of melons,
这个的话不是说
the honey melon, for the
我
star.
们这也在招募志愿者。
Can all people come here for this party? Not really. We hire volunteers,
这个中心的话呢，它主要是一个救助繁育的一
but
个科研地。
they have to be approved by our staff. The center is a scientific and research center for rescue and breeding, so we have to guarantee the lives of those elephants are not interrupted. And the elephants are wild elephants, but they are taken in because they cannot live on themselves in the wild after being hurt or getting some diseases. So we took them in this center for rescue. So this center is actually a very good base for protection. The habits will be studied. So the center is a scientific institution. It's not a park or a zoo open to the public. We used to believe that elephants sleep by standing up, but after observation, our fathers discovered that elephants can sleep by lying down, but that cannot last long. Because they are very heavy, if they lie for a lot of time, their heart cannot take it. And also, by taking care of elephants, those fathers must be very meticulous. For example, if there is anything wrong with the elephants, for example, stomachache, then the fathers will help the elephants to stand up. What are the reasons of stomachache, and what will be the expressions? The fathers can observe those symptoms very easily. For example, bad mood. If they discover something unusual, the fathers will contact the doctors immediately and then save the elephants. As I said, this is a research institute, so it's not open to visitors. But as you said, they can come inside as volunteers. But how can we become volunteers? Certain agency will approve your application, and after the interview, you can work as a volunteer here. Volunteers today wear special clothes, but they're not here right now. So what are those people? Let's interview those people. So those are not volunteers. If they're already out, I'm not going to chase after them. But I can interview some volunteers still here. Mr. Liu, we are broadcasting, and we want to introduce about the volunteer work here. So how can we become a volunteer in the rescue center and help save and rescue those elephants? Can you tell us your experience? Maybe I am unique. I heard about the story of Yang Niu and I was touched. So I decided to write a storyline for Yang Niu. That's why I come here. But if you want to protect the elephants as volunteers, you could pay attention to the Wild Elephant Valley account. They will publish a lot of volunteering information. After being part of the volunteering work, do you have a fresh idea about elephants? Yes. In the beginning, elephants seemed to be very remote animal from me. But now I realize the difficulties and the status quo of the elephants. When we're helping solving those problems, we are actually protecting them. Now, in China, there are conflicts between elephants and mankind, so we are contemplating how to solve the problem about the elephants and the community. We want to compensate both sides, and we can do it. Thank you. Those elephant fathers are posing for the picture, so this birthday party is coming to an end.
Wow. 我可以看看啊，最右边，我看啊，最右边那个帅帅的那个象爸爸叫
Awesome.
熊象爸爸。
他是我们的这个洋妞的第一
The
人象爸
father standing on the
啊，不
right
好意思，然然的哈，然然的象爸爸，对。
还有刚才我们看到
is the first father of Yang Niu. Sorry, Ran Ran's father.
我看左边第二个跟大象，
位是
这个
我们的大象医生宝医生。
哇，特别厉害的一个。
And the second one
说所有的救
on
助
the
项他们
left
打最要
is the doctor,
就是他自己
Mr. Bao.
吹的。
有一个志愿者呢，当时画了一幅这个就是漫画。
I heard the story about this doctor.
能跟我们的网友聊两句
When
吗？
we save
就是您觉得这个
the
咱
elephants,
们的洋妞过生日，
he actually
非常有意思
himself
看到很多其他的
would
我们的这个
use the anesthetics for elephants. So let's interview him. Today is the birthday for Yang Niu, and there are other baby
就
elephants
是
here.
刚才我们看了一场就是非常壮观的
So
大象的
what's
生
the
日洋
message
妞的
that
生日
you
会
want
实际上
to
我
spread
们
to the
希
others?
望更多的人士参与到保护
That's
亚
a
洲象
birthday
队
party
的
for
行
Yang
动
Niu.
中来，
We
把我们
staged
的
this
亚洲象
event so
种
that
群
more people
数
can be
量希望
involved
通过不
in
断地保
protecting
护越来
Asian
越多。
elephants.
谢谢。
好的，谢谢您。
And then the number of Asian elephants will grow larger.
新的一个统计数据就是我国
Thank
的
you.
亚洲象从上世纪80年代的100多头到2018年
According to the statistics in 2018,
300头，基本上是翻了一倍的。
the number of Asian
这样的
elephants
话呢，实际上也能说明我们的
has
对大象
increased to 300 in 2018 from only 100 in the 1980s.
对它的保护的这种很好的保护，实际上也是说明了我国在生态链建设上取得的这种。
Our protection of elephants
另外呢，
showcases the progress China has made in animal protection.
有个拼图，
这是拼图，
我们可以近点看洋妞了哈，比刚才要更近了。
这是洋妞的一个卡通形象玩球
哇，
的。
再近点，再近点，可以多近？再往前。
That's the puzzle.
大家都走了，我们就可以比较近距离。
对
我还是给大家提个醒，就是因为现在这些野象哈，它已经跟我们
Now
象爸爸建立
we
了
can move
它已
closer
经不
to
怕
look
人
at
了
Yang Niu.
它已经就等于说相对的，它没有那么大的威胁。
Those wild elephants are not afraid of people. They have established a friendship with the fathers, so they don't feel threatened by us. But if it's the other wild elephants outside, like the other 300 wild elephants, we would be totally strangers to them. And maybe, for self-protection, they may attack us if we move so close to them. So, for our viewers' information, if we encounter elephants outside in the wild, we must maintain a distance at least of 100 meters. Without the company of the fathers, we still cannot contact those baby elephants, even in the center.
中国在我们这边只有在云南省的版纳。
Just now, according to the volunteer,
这3个地方有这个野生的亚洲象。
in
但是现在的数量比上世纪
Pu'er,
80年代
Linchang,
多了1倍
and Xishuang, Baina, there are wild
范围的话
elephants, but the number has been almost doubled to 300 right now.
管理了这个保护区，让大象有一个就是说安逸的一个环境，生活在这个丛林当中。因为毕竟对于
In 1958, we established the preserve zone for the elephants. After all, as the largest on-land mammal, they eat a lot. They need a lot of room and space. Now our camera is very close to the elephant.
我们的伊娃呢，它其实也是个小网红啊。对。
Let's see what Iwa is doing.
西瓜吃的好香啊！
是的。
Iwa is a celebrity.
伊娃的这个妈妈格兰啊，那可是
Iwa's mother is eating
刚刚我们的
watermelon.
爸爸有介绍，在伊娃没有出生的时候，格兰
格兰
就会很
is the mother
去
of
照顾
Iwa.
这个一双小一双。
Before Iwa was born, Gelan
自个的宝宝出生以后
took
呢
care
很有
of
经验
a pair of other baby elephants.
不是，
他的妈妈
She has strong maternity instinct. So when Iwa was born, she was very experienced in taking care of babies.
然后德宏州
Gelan was
这个的话呢他们
rescued
当
in
时就是
2015.
非法走私，
走私，
对。
就是因为
It was rescued in the border of China and Myanmar.
他们就利用这样的一种
It was a victim of illegal
货物哈，
trafficking.
大象的身上来进行。
是的，
哦，看来这个妈妈还是喜欢吃胡萝卜。
对。
小象呢
Yes, we know a lot of such stories using the elephant to traffic those illegal drugs.
差不多，所以从妈妈嘴里边开始夺取
What about
这个胡萝卜。
The baby elephant, Iwa. Iwa initially loved bananas, but then it took in those carrots. You could see how it's grabbing those carrots from its mother. So let's back off.
我们要保持距离的。
对，其实已经很庆幸能够这么近距离的。
We have to maintain a distance.
看来我们的伊娃呢吃的差不多了，他在挑选，对，开始玩儿。
Iwa has had enough. Now it's playing with those food.
直接扔回去吧。我看看我们的洋妞，向爸爸给他喂了个火龙果，看他吃不吃。好像不是特别感兴趣。
Elephant father is feeding a dragon fruit to Yang Niu, but Yang Niu doesn't seem interested.
吃进去了。好的。向爸爸真是很细心啊，还把火龙果给剥了皮儿让他尝。
Now it takes it
好了。
and eats it. The father is very careful, even peeling the dragon fruit off.
由于时间的关系哈，我们今天的这个直播呢也就马上就要结束了。最后我们就是把画面定格在我们这些可爱的野象的。
In the interest of time, our live streaming today will come to the end, so we will take the last frame of those baby elephants. We hope that in the World Elephant Day, like today, or in the daily lives, our viewers can pay more attention to protecting wild elephants. Yes, we hope more people could join us, starting from their living environment. Only with good living environment, they can live happily. We call upon everyone to quit buying any elephant-made products. So thank you for watching.